Welcome to YouTube and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today of the Rhino and we're drinking a beer. Today's beer is from Turncoat Brewing Company in St. Catharines, Ontario. Thank you very much, Brian, for sending this my way. This is Turncoat's Nite Lite. And it is a oatmeal milk stout at 4.5% alcohol by volume. It does here say, you know the drill, keep it cold, drink it fresh. Turncoat. It doesn't have a canning date, so I don't know if I am drinking it fresh or not, but he did pick it up right from the St. Catharines Farmers Market for me. And they do have 3 variants, and basically what changes is the color of the flame on the torch. I really kind of like the look of this and the idea of it, and the text. The text color changes. There's red, I think blue, and yellow, if I remember correctly. So this is the base. And it's in a itty bitty can. I don't mind itty bitty cans of beer. If the price is right, itty bitty cans are okay. Now, there's not much information on here. Okay, so we have 4.5% alcohol. St. Catharines, Ontario. Nano. Oh, it's a nano. I didn't realize it wasn't. I should have known it wasn't a micro, with the fact that they're still trying to get their bottle shop / tap room open and everything else. And nano seems to be the way that a lot of breweries open up in the Niagara region, unless you have a lot of money. 5 people have tapped this in. 3 of them this month. We have a Brenda Kumray. See, because none of my friends have tapped it in, I get to see everybody else. She gave it a 4.25. A Ryan M, and he gave it a 4. JH, and JH gave it a 4.5. Doug S gave it a 4.1, and GS gave it a 3.5. So Doug S is the one that had the last one I had it punched in as a Helles Lager when it was a Kolsch, and it was talking about cream corn. So I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, taste is subjective, but that one threw me off a little bit. There is a few times where somebody's tasting notes throw me off. It doesn't happen often, but when it happens, it's usually... Sorry, there was a piece of rag that I used to stain this stuck in the stain. It's because I didn't have real rags like I usually do. I just had what I had, and it was what it was. So thank you very much, Brian, for sending this. Let's pop her open. Let's grab my glass. I'm not 100% sold on that color. Now, I mean, in the glass, it's a lot darker, but the pour was... I love the head, though. The head on this beer is magical. It is a mocha head, very thick, very creamy. Nice snap, crackle, pop to it. And in the glass, it does look to be like a deep mahogany brown. I'm okay with that. I really am. That is not a bad-looking beer. It's not. Okay, sent from the can. We'll start with the can. Ooh. A little roastier than I expected. But a rich coffee note. A sweet milkiness. A roasty toastiness. Almost like charred wood, sugar, molasses. and like a latte almost. Okay, from the glass. Okay, the glass gives off a little bit of leather. A little bit of leather, a little bit of chocolate, a more profound roastiness that does mix with a coffee note, and a little bit of a milky sweetness. Slanche. 4.5% alcohol. So first and foremost, this is a beer you could have more than one of. You could have 3 or 4 or 5. Not if you're driving, but to sit down and watch a game or something with a friend. It's a good session beer, and proper session percentage, and proper percentage for a good old fashioned amazing little stout. I was going to say it might not be stouty enough, but it does give a little bit of sticky lips, so that's okay. The body is not as heavy as it could be. But it is a solid beer. It's medium bodied. Instead of a full creamy mouthfeel, you get a medium creamy mouthfeel, I guess is the best way to put it. It does have a bunch of bitter darkness on the back end. You get like that burnt bitterness on the back, which is very nice because it's mixing with a beautiful bouquet of sweetness and creaminess up at the forefront. And it's not even coffee on the back. It's burnt wood. Roasted toasted malts, and probably a little more toasted than they should be. You do get a sweet, almost like mochaccino type of coffee note up at the forefront, but it mixes into that bitterness, that bitter burnt rather quickly. It makes this beer very, very, very well balanced. It drinks extremely well. This is only my second beer from these guys, and I gave the first one a 7. And I'm excited because this is the base Nite Lite, and the two variants are variants that are made with things that I would usually really like in my stout. And I really love this. This is a good beer. I know nothing about who brews for them. I know nothing about the company. I know nothing about who has anything to do with these guys. But what I do know, that is a good beer. I know that I make a lot of jokes and stuff, but when you get a nano brewery that can make a really good beer, the one thing that I'd be worried about is consistency. But this is a great recipe. Whoever came up with this recipe, A+ to you. Like, that is a great beer. Now, would I buy it again? Yes. Now, the next question is it elite or is it really good? And that's where I'm not 100% sure. I still have the bitterness on the back of my palate. And that's why I'm not 100% sure where I would rate this. I am leaning in the 4.5 range for Untapped, or 9 out of 10. But I don't... you can only go up from here, and this is the base beer. Okay, so its mouthfeel isn't quite as heavy as it should have been, and its flavor might be a little more roasty than it should be. But other than that, that's a perfect session stout. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Great beer. Good work, guys. Bye.